And we're live. Hey, welcome to another episode of Squeezy Sports. And today I'm joined by the two Sihles. Cheese, Sihlen, what's happening, Buffett?
X-Men yazi mfethu treble winner, I can't complain. Ngihlale ngimnandi wena.
No. I'm easy, Ankali, Ankali kakhulu, in comparison to the guy who's at the bottom. Hey.
If you complain, who listens?
Let me
Umuntu ujabulile mfethu ubonile imali lokuyangena.
Yeah, but look again.
Saudi money.
The Saudi Arabians. Hey.
Yeah, Saudi
The Saudi Arabians.
It's cooking them hard, mfethu. Like
It's
right
cooking
now it's
them,
Mendy. Did you even see guys Neves? I was surprised by Neves.
Hey, Neves also. But
55,
bonke manje mfethu. Bonke nakho
55.
people were saying Tillemans is hot property nangu yakwa-Aston Villa. So
Hey,
listen to this name nje, you don't understand ukuthi was busy kanjani.
no, indeed, mfethu, indeed. Because of course
So Chelsea hamba ba uMendy, Koulibaly,
Kante hambile.
uKantu hambile, who's the guy who's the
going?
but I don't think Pulisic is going Saudi.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Obama Saudi.
Ziyech.
Yeah, Obama
Ziyech.
uyahamba. Ziyech, yes, uyahamba
Yeah.
naye. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited by the project.
Aspilicueta.
Hey, Aspilicueta angasinda ndoda.
Ngabe nasangana.
Yeah,
No Cucurella naye uyapakish. Sorry, gents, I'm just making coffee real quick. I lost track of time.
Cucurella is leaving.
Yeah. Umafika izolo Cucurella. Like can't you guys
Less than a year.
I bet you was the player lawa. These teams, when Pep says they want a guy, then they go and they buy him, and then they realize which are one plan that is service development.
Nah, I don't think the Cucurella was like that. I think it was just excitement. He was hot property for a minute or two. And he doesn't fit in.
Pep.
But I like the mere fact to we can cut our ties very quickly and decisively, which is you can't say that about Man United.
But that means you're wrong. The problem with that though, that means that you guys are doing something wrong, right?
No.
You are buying players, and then next season you guys are.
No, I think you are allowed.
You guys are buying wrong.
I don't think no. Asibuwe kanji.
No way, dog. No way, fam.
Kanji, what do they say about a great man? They change their mind when presented with new facts. Right now, we've got the plate. No, I'm talking about the club itself. I'm not talking about the owner, Scotland owner. Whoever is making the decisions. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
That's why I'm saying he's not a great man. All of this is rash.
It's tough. Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
This is rash, but you cannot sell about a third of your squad, without having an idea in terms of where the coach wants to bring in the right players. Right? And also, it's a bit rash. Coach hasn't even worked with the players, and already Nasin Poshama player.
Already, dog. Not even.
Nah, but I'm sure he contracted that Poch. Okay, I'm gonna sit down now. He contracted that Poch the 1st of July, but he is well aware of his squad and his what's the other word? Sorry, let me just do this. And I don't think Utu Uzo figure in an empty change room. And because I'm pretty sure one of the terms that he must have had in his negotiating was his squad and the type of play that he wants and the one thing I'm happy is the clearing of the squad, because we're starting to be a joke that I would see some players were changing outside the change rooms. That's pathetic. It's oh, you didn't hear that?
Changing outside the change rooms.
Yeah.
So
by the corridor. But I'm a players not. It's what happens when you've got too many players.
There's not enough space in the change room.
Yes, I'm a local.
Vele your squad wouldn't survive at Man City. When Man City kuthi kunjani? The second wonke umuntu une-locker yakhe.
No, I
Manje
think
Chelsea
it's
64.
it's for corner now, but like wonke umuntu une-locker yakhe and i-locker ibhaliwe. So once you reach a certain amount, I think it was I think it's like 20 to 23 somewhere there. Once you reach that, then whoever ofikayo then bashintshela outside.
The
You
lockers
can't do
outside.
that.
Are they
No,
outside the lockers?
they are like not outside, but by the corridor.
I know, by the corridor. You could get excessive, but
Yeah, I think only Chelsea. Yeah, I think only Chelsea can do that. Actually, it's the only team I know that has such a big squad.
Nah, but I'm loving the changes right now because I think for Chelsea historically with the Ted Bowl it would have been excitable and accepted, which now it's Chelsea being Chelsea, which is often 20 gazillion other players right now after clearing. Because I think the clearing to Saudi is a lifeline for him. He's either going to break even with a lot of these players and get a lot of players off his wage bill, which works brilliantly. It's just that
It's basically the wage bill, man. Yeah, I think it's mostly he's doing this for wage bill because you can't bring in more players with the wage bill so high and it's not selling anything.
Yep.
So a lot of these guys he had to sell because of that.
No, and it's not to say the players are not good. It just didn't work out. And unfortunately, it is Kinjal. You can have the hottest player, I figure, in a team, and it just doesn't happen. And that's that.
But I feel like you guys are rushing with Kukurea. Cucurella rather.
A lot of players, I think.
Yeah. I think Cucurella, there's a player in him. I mean, if he went to City, he would be oozing.
But like, how many other players are gents? Let you see how many other players? It's like, okay, cool. Bugalo, Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips is
he's a treble winner, dog.
That's yeah. And Muntato Mbuga at face value, treble winner at City and whatnot. And Umuntu couldn't play 18 minutes the whole season.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's crazy. You're crazy. Yeah, I know it is.
My brother, I don't know if you know about the guy who plays for Real Madrid.
Which one?
The guy who took number 6, Mariano Diaz. You know, he's a 4-time Champions League winner.
Yo, you're right. You're right.
Do you even know Mariano Diaz, Gobai?
I know. He used to wear. He wore number 7.
Yeah, ngifunde comment ka sorry, I'm on my phone today. Yeah. Kakiso, bang on. This is a lifeline. This is Ted Bowley must thank his lucky stars. I don't know whether he is a visionary who knew Saudis will come. But yeah, this one, if all of the like 5 of the top players right now that I mentioned, if they go to Saudi, no, then we dodged a live bullet. We've dodged a live one.
Because no one's gonna sign those guys, especially for money.
No one.
Yeah, because ideally, half of those, in fact, pretty most of those guys would hire to hold a few of our treble trophies. Just Pamela Pane.
While they're changing this, jeez, that.
Yeah. Babukela amaplayer utenza kanjani mawachinja inside amachinja. They won't play. None of those guys you mentioned will play. None of them will play, but they can hold the lid of the FA Cup.
No, I wanna
or even the bottom part.
Yeah, that's what they partly sugar means. That's a share.
You deserve to gloat. You've worked hard all season, and you're allowed to talk crap about other teams. Low guy on the top left. Have you seen his squad? Not.
I want a trophy.
Okay, cool.
You don't have number of future.
You do.
Trophy.
Yeah. X. I was watching Tifo earlier on today, and they were focusing on players that Man United should be looking at. And then I never realized that your squad is actually quite thin.
Yeah, dude. Like we talk about Chelsea, we haven't switched to United, dog. Why do you
No, I
keep
think
talking about? Because here's a comment by Sway. Yeah, I just to keep us in the Chelsea conversation, dog. You see? Yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
read that. So
yeah,
I've had a day
yeah,
from Hele. So I haven't
yeah.
I
Nami,
haven't
same
read
here. I
that.
won't lie. Nami, Sway, bro. I won't lie to you. I also haven't been checking because it's been crazy. As you can see, we're still wearing Polo Next, dog. We're from the office. Yeah, fever, boy.
I'm having coffee only now. The only
Yeah.
thing I do know is that
Mm.
Paramount Pictures wanted to sponsor us, a shared sponsorship
Hey.
deal, and then that's been scrapped. Apparently, it's not going to happen.
So what will it be now, Doug? What will it
It's
be
fine. I mean,
next?
you guys are gonna wear Paramount go League Cup. Now wear FA Cup.
No, no.
Paramount Paramount
I want
awardayilinde nizayibona next season Paramount.
Yeah.
nah.
Masen
The mere fact ukuthi we finished 12th or whatever, or 15th or whatever, and yet we're still attracting sponsors.
Paramount
That in
is
itself,
American.
It's American, Sihle. Come on.
it's a
Relax.
sponsor. Imali,
Relax.
It's
Since
American. Impinjani.
Hey, it's
aibo,
American.
Uncle
Yeah.
Lucky, Uncle Lucky,
no, no.
Uncle Lucky, only Paramount. It's
Uh,
must not check with the
so
Yeah.
Paramount. It's
inking
almost like a bully now.
okay,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, shit.
but that doesn't
Against
mean that
no.
doesn't mean
Okay,
that your club is
yabona,
now
Yes.
no.
marketable. Ngoba bafuna
Cheese,
Paramount
cheese,
ndoda.
Yes.
cheese. We are off ramper now. You were perfectly fine. So you mean to tell me
No,
you're gonna
no, I'm
forget
not
about your?
saying.
Let me ask you this. You're gonna.
I'm not,
I didn't want to bring it here, but now we
forget
are
about
off
what.
ramper. So I'm gonna ask you what
Okay.
I'd forgotten about all your charges, your 100 whatever that you're facing,
So
your managers.
I'll
Wait,
ask you one question.
cheese.
This season when you
Wait.
did the double, was it the charges that beat you, or was it our players on the pitch?
Hey.
What beat me is the
The
charges.
charges.
The charges
Okay,
give you
okay,
give you the upper hand.
okay. No, that's what I wanted to know. If it's the charges, I'm sorry, bro. The charges should not have played against you guys.
I saw I saw
Home
over
and
the week.
away.
I haven't watched the video. Your who's this? One of your owners has come out to say that the charges are serious. So I'm guessing it's a PR exercise because the dust has settled now. The treble has been worn, and but I can't. I haven't watched the video. I'll probably watch it later, and then I can then come with facts. But I guess it's a PR exercise.
Yeah, but it's okay when you do have one of our charges in your team. His name is Sterling, so you're benefiting.
Yeah. Obando, who's is that Aguero's
Just
cheese?
no outside. Yeah, let me see.
Oh yeah. Please, doggy. Aguero must calm down.
Just speaking
Yeah.
of Aguero, you saw which commentator is coming back to Sky.
Thingy. Peter.
The champion, the Peter, the poetic
Drury.
Peter Drury.
Aguero!
Mm.
Staggering. And I won't lie, that shit hurt, bro. As a United fan, oh my.
That was a good day. But I think he's gonna do the opening weekend Chelsea Liverpool game on Sunday.
It's
Wow.
been a lot of,
That's
it's been,
the
it's
biggest
been a lot
one.
of good days. It's been a lot of good days at this club. A lot of good days.
I know it.
Nama pride. Anyway,
Here's another question from Uswe.
it's a weird one.
Nami.
When I saw it, so I saw the headline. I thought it was clickbait, and I'm like, what's going on there? Did they not get a? Because Uchaka, I can understand Chaka. There was a bit of tension between him and Arteta, but he got rid of Uchaka real quick, and then I was like, okay, cool. They've got Upate. Patricia fine. Last season he was injured most of the time, but when he was there, the man made Arsenal. Well, not Arsenal, but like he made them tick.
I just think that club don't appreciate Party enough.
Yeah, they don't.
If they're letting Party go, in the hope that Declan Rice is going to be their
See,
Thomas Partey or what it is. But
No, I
Partey had an
highly.
incredible season last season. People
Mm,
will speak about Saliba and what he was doing, but with Partey for me, or in
yeah,
that defensive effort and how Arsenal play, he was very important for what Saliba and Gabriel were trying to do. When he wasn't there, you could clearly see which there's a hole here, and we can go
but
straight through.
then if they let go of Partey and they get Declan Rice to Declan Rice to come in, that's very short-sighted. Because Pela now they're in the Champions League. Champions League requires a squad. A
wow,
squad espelele. I mean,
yeah,
I'd say what's his name? The English boy. If he comes in, he's complementing the team. Sure, fine. He walks into the starting 11, but Upate, I wouldn't let him go. That's a weird one. Unless, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I was about to say,
yeah,
unless they can see, would see there's
pending,
something, yeah, they've
yeah, yeah,
been, but if that's the case, I feel for the boy, he's not going to, yeah, actually, let's not
yeah.
preempt it, but if they do let him go, it's a huge question mark. Why would they do that?
I
It's a
know,
huge question mark.
100%. Yeah.
Speaking of that, there's a red club that took back one person who was accused of such.
Oh yeah, it's 18 dog.
So
We
when that
shameless.
one, no,
We
that
shame.
one, I'm willing to put my myself out there. I've been following Historia Mason Greenwood quite a
Mhm.
bit, and I saw what you guys retained him. You haven't let him go. I don't know, you're retaining him, whether to loan him out and whatnot. And my view on this is that it's a teachable moment for these kids to have an understanding, because I think this has been going on for about two years or a year, or yeah, somewhere there. But it's a teachable moment for him to understand the consequences of his action. And and this is just my personal view. He's gone through this. He now has an understanding, and it's up to him now to show what he, as a man, he takes it in the chin. He takes his L. He's done wrong in the community. He's betrayed a lot of people. He's failed a lot of people, and the only thing that he can do right is going forward and going right ahead and saying, I was wrong. This is what I did, and going forward, this will not happen again. But can I continue with this? That's just
Yeah.
my personal view. The kid looks remorseful, and as long as he has an understanding of the consequences of his action, sorry, he understands what the action was and what it does to the next person. I honestly, I don't have a problem with him either being loaned out for a season just to get match fit and then come back that other season. That's just my view on the kid.
Yeah. But another thing is as well, I think the reason why he's retained is purely based on his footballing ability. If this was a
Yeah.
Nilanga, if this was a dead baller in our team, they would have let him. They would have let that player go. But for the mere fact
True.
that there's a lot of top teams that are after him, that's the reason why he's being retained, in my opinion.
I think
Personally,
also
yeah,
we live in a society where there's this
yeah,
cancel culture of which I struggle. I don't understand, Uguti.
hmm
A person is not a subscription that you just like cancel. It's like, yeah, cancel the
hmm
person and whatnot and whatnot. I'm sure he has people that are depending on him, and he needs to go right ahead and look in the mirror and say, I failed the
hmm
community. I
Mm.
failed I've, because he's talented.
yeah,
He
like
Yeah,
is
but for
talented.
me, for me,
yeah,
for me, for me, guys, we forget that Man United and Chelsea and Man City, these clubs are all brands, fun. And
hmm
again, what you stand for needs to be clear, right?
Yep.
hmm
If someone in your team was accused of a racist incident and it goes against the brand and the club, that person needs to be fined and needs to be suspended and removed from the club. Right?
True.
hmm
I know it's not a nice thing to say because everyone has their livelihood and so forth. But um, we need football needs to have a strong stance
Yeah.
or
Very true.
or
Yeah.
face towards everything, whether it be
Hmm.
racism, whether it be
Yeah.
gender equality in terms of equal pay, whether it be people coming out and saying they're gay.
Yeah.
It needs to be a clear stance. It needs to be clear in terms of how they act and how they punish people who are involved in incidents.
Hmm.
And going forward, it just needs to be clear because there cannot be a situation where we say Solani is not going to get punished because he's good, and
Yeah.
Usihle is going to get punished because he's less of a great player, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah. Nami.
How ironic we could say a Man City fan is preaching about a brand.
Yeah. Ish, dude.
No, no,
Some.
it's important, and I mean,
Yeah.
what Man City and all these clubs are probably doing now
Yeah.
is things that we've seen long time Real Madrid and
Yeah.
Barcelona and AC Milan and Inter Milan and Man
Hmm.
United. All of these clubs came in with clubs and teams of money.
Hmm.
The source of the money was never investigated because it was never oil and it was never something that the West are not happy about, right?
Yeah.
Um, PSG have had a big sporting project.
Yeah.
It's been
That's
about
failed.
money, been about
Nah, it
spending
hasn't
cash.
failed. There
Uh,
I defend PSG. Winning 8 titles in 10 seasons is no fail, bro. It
But the
really
one
isn't.
the one each
And
the one each Abafuna we scratcher is the Champions League, if we're being
yeah,
honest.
it's fine. Just same as about Cheese. Cheese and them were also chasing the Champions League for a long time since 2000 and like I'd say from the
yeah.
time you guys won the Premier League title, you guys were beginning to knock, and it
Yeah,
just shows you that the theory of compounding. The more you knock, eventually,
mm.
bro, eventually the
You have to
door
keep going
opens.
back.
You need to keep
Yeah,
going back, bro, and that's a good
Yeah.
sign.
but again,
Yeah, yeah,
again, is that the
mm,
projects like it for me?
yeah,
PSG isn't a project. You're trying to buy the best players in the market and get them in here and we try
mm,
to get them to gel with a coach who doesn't understand how to win
mm,
the Champions League and we're getting all of these players to come in and trying to merge them with our development and our growth. The project itself needs, for me, just a bit of a redefine. Need to go back,
mm,
redefine what is PSG? What is our club about? Right?
yeah,
What are we trying to do? What is if it means we must rebrand what PSG is, we're no longer going to
mm,
buy the best, most expensive guys. We're going to buy the youngest guys in the market who we can see there's talent in there and we
yeah.
can develop it. When last did we see a player come out of PSG that is doing well in the
Homegrown.
world?
No. I hear you.
Homegrown.
Man, no
And
man, no
speaking
man.
of PSG, who's the ex Bayern manager? Who
Nagelsmann.
Tuchel,
no, not
Nagelsmann.
yeah,
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann. He's
Yeah.
Nagelsmann. Now he's pulled out of the running for that
No,
position because he was on the short
they
list.
took Enrique. They
They
took
took
Enrique.
Enrique. Yeah,
Are,
Enrique
are,
is official.
is it?
Yeah, I saw it on
Yeah,
thingy or on
I
what
posted in the
again?
group.
You did. Yeah, Cheese did. Yeah,
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 I
yeah,
posted in
yeah,
the
yeah,
group.
yeah. Bleacher Reports even announced it. So
Yeah,
bro, it's
just need
Enrique
to go
Mbala.
sign the paperwork. Yeah,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
needs to sign the paperwork. And you are right, Cheese. I fully agree with you. You guys did it in a methodical way. There
yeah.
was a plan behind everything Man City did. That's the reason why you guys consistently kept knocking. You guys always ended in the semifinals of the Champions League for the longest time. And that's because of that.
Mhm.
Whereas with PSG, they lost to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for crying out loud. They were 3-0,
So,
3-1 up, and they lost to Ole,
for
which
me, there's no
ultimately
real
led.
plan there.
There's no real
Yeah,
plan, indeed.
Mm.
Like right now, Mbappe wants to leave. They're gonna put him out, and as well, like I'm also not too sure if the what again is it the they owned by Qataris as well, nah.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Saudi
Like
money
yeah,
as well.
yeah. I'm not too sure if they are gonna stay for any longer as well, because the way the league it's not as marketable as Premier League, of course. It's not as
True, true.
popular as Premier
Yeah,
League
it is gonna
eventually.
drop out. Yeah, it's gonna drop out in terms of the
Yeah,
one of the top five leagues, especially with guys
So
going
if
to
yeah,
like
if
Saudi.
if
Crazy.
anyone
yeah.
from multi choice is watching, yeah, might as well get us league matches. We might just start watching
Mhm.
them.
Yeah,
If
in Saudi,
anyone
Nah,
from
yeah,
multi choice,
yeah,
we'll never watch League A, bro.
because yeah.
Even if multi-choice gets that, not
Mm,
X. I spoke about X about all those centre backs,
yeah.
the
from that
French
league.
center backs.
That you don't
That league,
feel. We linked with
that league is
Disasi or whatever, the guy from
Disasi.
Monaco. I've never
You'll
seen
regret.
him. I haven't
You'll
seen him
regret.
now. I can't comment on guys who I've never seen.
Yeah,
Like,
you'll regret.
So I
I
think
mean,
there was a comment by Ukahiso, if I
the
recall,
Harvard one.
Kulma
Yeah,
Ngokai going
let's
to.
go back to that one now.
Yeah, that one is a weird one. And you know what's going to happen is if Ukai moves for that 60 million reported fee, if he moves that side, watch him shine. Because I still personally think Ukai is good, and he's just been played out of position for way too long at Chelsea. And I think Upoch is has a say in him leaving or staying. But it looks like the player wants to go. Umodise, one of the episodes, he said something. He said, once you start begging these players to stay, you set precedents to everyone. The player is bigger than than the squad. If the player wants to go and is not happy, don't stand in his way. Agavai.
Yeah.
no, and also it's not about that. It's a fact. It's also a fact, Uti. If you want a bigger player to stay, you means you're guaranteeing him which is going to be playing 80% and above percent of games.
Yes. Yeah. So
You
who's a
basically
player
saying,
now?
please play,
Who's a
so I'm
player now?
control. Which is why Pep Guardiola would never do that.
Yeah.
He'll never do that, bro. If
Yeah,
you
that's
want
what
to
I
leave,
was.
you'll leave.
Imagine who ex efika lapha egqoke polo neck. Now he's the one who's dictating terms go employer would know I wanna do this, I wanna do that,
Yeah.
no, it doesn't work that it works.
Yeah,
You're part of a team.
yeah.
You're some
And
of your
if you paid me, mina ngizokutshela mina ukuthi ayifananga ngikhalela ngidlala ne-Chelsea. Swag.
Yeah.
But save me for next week against Chelsea or against City, or save me next week against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Whereas dictate udlala nini, utraina nini. Some
Usu
trainings
Mbappe
our
now.
ends.
Usu Mbappe now. We should know. I wanna play on the right. I wanna play on the left. I don't wanna. No,
Yeah,
it doesn't work like that. I
my
rate
training also our
Ukai.
ends.
Yeah, I rate Ukai very well. Highly. I rate him.
Yeah.
He gave us a Champions League thing just recently. But if he feels his future is not at Chelsea, then let it be. His future is not at
Yeah,
Chelsea.
but I
Let
mean,
Arsenal pay whatever it is, and that's it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's the problem with Havertz is that is only a highlight. The only highlight is a goal against Man City in a Champions League final. Between that and since arriving, what are we gonna say about what has he left as a legacy at Chelsea?
He's got a few games that he's as we'll tell you about BMT. He's one of those. He has big match temperament. I can think of a few games.
But Sway. So what's gonna happen is he's gonna play in Shaka's position.
Yeah.
So how
What?
that's the plan for?
Ungene boxing. Like
He's going to be
he's
the
coming
late
from the middle.
arriver.
Yeah.
He's
Like
a
a
10.
number 8. Yeah.
I think Pep plays 2 8s or 2 10s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what Odegaard and he wants from Kai Havertz, which is smart because left-footed players in those positions are incredible fun. They just know how to create space. Just haven't seen enough of that from Havertz. But hopefully he can fix it because if Havertz can do that, if Gundo can do it, then Havertz can definitely do it. In
True.
that 10 position.
Because I think Uzodlala, Arteta, Uzodlala, if he's got Osaka on the one side, he's got Martinelli on the other side, he's got the resurrected man up front, and that
Who's the
space in the
oh,
middle.
Jesus.
And then that space in the middle, Uzofaga Ukai, because Ukai, to be honest, he does walk into that firing lineup. Arsenal.
But Jesus will not win Arsenal League title.
And
That's
you've been
the other
saying,
thing.
geez.
The dependency on him. He
No,
gives he has
I know
numbers.
Jesus, man. I know Jesus, man. Jesus is not ruthless enough. Jesus, he does not have the heartless mentality of Uti. I'm willing to not touch the ball for 10 minutes in a game, but whenever that ball hits the box, I'm in and around that area to punish. So Jesus doesn't have that. He still has the generous thing of wanting to assist, of wanting to be involved in the game. He's never evolved from that young Jesus. For me, that's why Pep has always been able to was keen to say it's fine for him to go, because he's never evolved into that ruthless guy up front. And with the fact that Aguero was always injured, bro, for Jesus that should have always been a position for him to step up. It should have always been a chance for him to step up and become first choice.
It's like, look at your guy, the Ubano is it Alvarez?
Alvarez,
right?
Alvarez, yeah.
Alvarez takes his opportunity all the time, man.
Oh,
Whenever
Alvarez
that guy
doesn't play,
he doesn't mess around. In fact, so there's a time where you guys beat Liverpool. I don't know how much. I think 3-1, and it was Alvarez who was having a game, bro. He was killing it, bro. So you are right. I fully agree with you on that one about Jesus.
He just never ruthless. I think Jesus was. I think he never looks like a number 9. Like, he doesn't look like someone who will lead the line for you and bank goals. Brazil have seen it. Man City have seen it.
Sway, which is why everyone is raising eyebrows at letting Upate go. Because you're gonna have Rice replacing Upate instead of. Can you imagine Rice? No, Upate. One of them literally just destroys. The other one has got great short passes and
ball carrying,
which is Jorginho is decent, but Jorginho gonna pace. Jorginho, we am cheaper, and then you run and that's it. And he struggles with having these professional files. Rodri has mastered the art of having professional fouls without getting a card. Casemiro used to be able to. So let me just finish this train of thought. Casemiro was good at that, but lately I don't know whether the dependency as to how Man United play, but he has to frequently make these tackles, and then what ends up happening is Aboref then start picking on him.
Personally,
that's why he gets.
For me, Casemiro would never finish a game, because Casemiro is always late, and when he's always late, it's always an injuring or a rough tackle. Casemiro, what he does very well, man, is intercepting. Casemiro intercepting.
He knows how to read the game.
He does it very well, man. Does it very well. But Casemiro, when he's late, I don't know how, because I think it's because he plays for Man United. But if he plays for any other team than Casemiro, he does not make it to 45 minutes in a game. But he does not make it.
Even
the difference between what Rodri does, the difference between what Rodri does and what Casemiro does, and we'll speak about Jorginho as well, which was the point I was going. But Rodri is always on the move. He's always closing down the short spaces. And if you turn around the corner, and Rod is right next to you, you're gonna take the foul, and the ref's not gonna give you a booking for that.
Instead of flying,
trying to get close, instead of when we're 10, 15 yards, we're shy Muntu just because you want to take him down. It's a professional. It's not a professional foul. And you should be booked. You should be booked and stuff like that. And because it's Casemiro and United and it's Old Trafford, some of the referees are very lenient. Now, Jorginho is a very different player. Jorginho, for me, I'd want Jorginho in Man City's team because we're on the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Jorginho is very effective. When you guys are leading, Jorginho is very effective. One presser as he goes down. One presser, Jorginho puts himself between the ball and he goes down. I'm telling you, if you go to check how many times Jorginho gets fouled, when teams are leading. For me, when you're watching and you're playing against Chelsea and Jorginho was playing and they were leading, but we'll change channel because you can't watch it. It's so frustrating to see that guy. He's so good in getting himself in a position, winning the first touch very well, and then puts himself between the ball, and then it's a foul.
But now he's going to be
off the
asked
ball,
different.
off the ball, Jorginho's is terrible because he doesn't cover ground, but he's not good in reading the game. He doesn't intercept well. He tries to do that, but he doesn't intercept well. He's also short, so he doesn't have that reach of getting those balls that are about 2 meters or a meter beside of him. He's not good in the air. He's just not a good defensive player. He's a 6. Like he's a 6.
Yeah.
Who's not enough of a goal threat to be a 6, but not defensive enough to be a defensive mid. So that's why Chelsea always had to play him with Kante. And when once you play 2 guys who are not a goal threat, you've taken yourself out of the competition.
That's another player that a lot of people forget. Kante, I'm a professional falzi, but I got champions.
Because Kante is always pressing. That's what I'm saying.
And Kante, I'm a red. It's very like I'm a yellow, and it's very difficult to pit it on him. Which is why in midfield, Arsenal concerns me with this news of Partey might be sold. I don't. It goes back. Maybe they don't appreciate him as you guys might have mentioned, but Leon, it's just Rice is not going to come and be the be all and end all. He was going to add an aspect of it.
But he was never going to play with Partey. He was never going to be able to play with Partey because they're going to be doing the same thing on the pitch. So remember, Arsenal, like Man City, we play one holding, one pivot, right? And 2 8s or 2 10s. And the important thing is what you get from the defenders. And then for Arsenal right now, it's Zinchenko. Zinchenko becomes that spare man in midfield and allows a bit of cover with Rice or a bit of cover with Partey back there, right? Which then allowed Xhaka and Odegaard to get it. And the difference between what Xhaka and Odegaard were doing is that Xhaka would get into the box, but he wouldn't punish as much as Odegaard. Because Xhaka, if you look at the chances, Xhaka should be in similar numbers to where Odegaard was this season.
Yeah,
because he got chances, right? But he's not clinical enough. Xhaka is a 6. He's not clinical. Doesn't think like an attacking player. So now what Arteta's thinking? Let's put an attacking player in there. We'll solve the problem with Saliba. He'll come back. We'll sort out the defensive problems. We'll see if we can get him another maybe centre back to partner him, and can have to be the keyword guy isn't bad. Just needs a bit of game time. But the structure itself is clear. We're playing one holding mid, supplement him with a fullback who comes in and assists. Zinchenko's very good on the ball, very comfortable as well. We have a more attacking player in there. Give Martinelli a chance to have someone who's not always thinking about the defensive part, but looking about going forward and looking for Martinelli to be someone who's good. Because I think Martinelli is probably Arsenal's biggest goal threat. Over Saka.
So wasn't he the top goal scorer? He was top goal scorer.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
With Declan Rice coming to Arsenal, I saw him giving you goals as compared to the Declan Rice with West Ham. Because Declan Rice with West Ham, he was more concerned about who's covering me and. Mm-hmm. In him coming to Arsenal, I see him being that player that is in the middle but pushes up front and should be banging in goals because he is a goal threat. So you need to protect him.
Yeah, I think it for him. He was playing a team where he had someone who was sort of helping him with the dirty work in Solskjaer.
That lanky, yeah.
But Arsenal he probably won't, right? And again, for what Rodri does to get into the goal box and scores, because we have Stones who's coming in and supplementing him in that position, which allows him to go forward, especially against teams who want to sit back. So Rice probably needs that. Probably needs to find someone who's going to do that, especially Arteta, who will work well with Rice and it's important that they don't drag it. If West Ham say 100 million, I'll keep 100 million and get the guy in.
Yeah,
now,
look the
start
other way.
understanding
Just
the
look the
system.
other way. Abai patale le 100 mil.
Yeah.
If you wait till August, it's too late in final. That guy who already he's lost about a month or a few days with the team. And what Arsenal and Man City do is very technical. You need to be there right off the bat. Take some time to pick that up and get it
Yeah.
right.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true, Gents. Gents, do you guys mind us segueing to international football? Because I see Scott here. I've been for 40 minutes. We've been, of course, rambling.
We didn't.
About, I don't worry. We can talk about my team another day. My team needs a 4-hour Pella. We take commercially young taller. Maybe on the field.
Can we talk?
Terrible.
Can we talk
But
about
in that was
Bafana?
it. Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Ebona, the take-off tribute, that was beautiful. That celebration, that was.
Hey.
Mina ngicela sikhulume ngale saga. Azivima ngesaga thina sinesaga baba lapha Bafana Bafana. I don't think Ronwen's ever had a clean sheet. Ronwen, I don't think he's ever had a clean sheet for Bafana. I don't know if you can even Google it. But that guy,
but I think he had 3 saves, 3 brilliant saves that I saw that he pulled.
And then no consider in.
I consider.
Isaga.
No, but
uziyagcina ukudlala ibhola dlala national team phela ufana nabo uXhulu ngathulu or what.
Yeah, Siyanda Xulu.
How was his game? How was his game though?
She's supports Man City.
Yeah. But gents, this is a Morocco side. This is a Morocco side that went all the way the semi-finals of the World Cup.
So when Bafana Bafana is of your semi-final World Cup, that's what you're trying to say. If you bring that up, if you bring that up, you are basically saying next World Cup.
Mamela, Ibafana Ishai team that was in the semi-finals of the World Cup. That's my statement.
Yeah, but
okay. So my question is, you bring that up because you are saying Uguti Bafana is good enough if we are going to the stageless World Cup. Because the only way you bring that up is if you want to segue to that statement.
No, it's not a segue. It's a statement that has a full stop, Cheese.
Okay, but Svadlila need law and our semi-final, right?
Yeah, Svadlila, yes. Yes, it's Mashai.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And all Mashai convincingly. Phela kushuthi manje mawuzothi Mashai kushuthi wena ku-final. So basically, Bafana is a potential ku-final.
Uba anasho njalo, Cheese. Mina I made a statement that said, put some respect in the opponent that you were playing is on. Or on Saturday. That opponent on Saturday. That opponent made it to the semi-finals of the World Cup. So for Bafana to pull a W.
Okay, let me go down.
Hold on, Cheese. Hold on. Wait, just before you go down. For Bafana to pull a W, that's Hugo. And they were playing beautiful football, gents. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, we were. But that's we not clinical, man. Fuck.
We're not. But
it helps. It helps when the team in your group is already disqualified itself for malpractice, and you're already going through, right? It helps to play under that pressure. Wait, again, when I'm saying I'm going down, so does that mean Bafana is making it out of the group? Go AFCON.
If they continue playing, but continuation that if they continue playing like they did and be more clinical, yeah, sure, they pass the group stages.
Okay, I know. You heard here first, folks. Here in this place, a Kaiser Chiefs fan said it.
Yeah,
because you get happy, man.
The
way France opened the U.
I need to be able to imoto because I'll pay more. I need.
I'm no more pelile baba. When at the season, I'm not buying even Ikiti corner. Ngizobabuka from a distance.
But
Cause
because
I
I'm Billy Boy.
Nah,
still more, wow.
nah,
Still
this season,
more.
I'm gonna watch them from a distance.
Not a balloon, bro. Sally
I'm not
have your
even.
pizu.
I'm not
Normal
even buying
bad.
Ikiti. I'm not even buying Ikiti this year.
Yeah. But yeah, Usway is
But
right.
never
I remember
played.
that game. I remember that game there, France. Like, yo, we were, yeah.
Nah, I think Leo
Ronald
game there
Williams
in
was,
because we were a bit starstruck. Oh, actually, speaking of my opponents, you saw what Hugo went and said to Isafa regarding getting tough competitions. I think we're playing Lesotho, if I'm not mistaken, in September.
Eish,
And he's like, nah,
Khalil.
that's some BS. And I think Hugo, I love the way that he is speaking his mind when it comes to Isafa. Because the other thing that he complained about is he wants to have a meeting with the PSL managers. And Isafa and the PSL, they're not coming to the party because he wants to get them all in a room to talk with the
Yeah,
gents.
but it's
This
not
is
Kosha, it's not from the PSL as well. They are just the regulating body. Yeah.
But in them being a regulating body, your national team manager is saying he'd like to have a relationship with the team managers. That in itself is speaking in abundance. He's respecting because these players they play for the team throughout the year, and they never respect. And we can't put our differences aside to schedule a meeting so we can sit down with gents. This is what the vision of the manager and these are the players that he's looking for. I know, gents. No.
Yeah.
But I mean, I need some sevens of federation there. Because it's Safa is swag,
Yeah.
they can't even sort that out.
I know that's true. So these are sort of, yeah, Sway just of course, just to answer Uchi's, like out of these teams, but of course, which ones can we beat? I think we can
It's
beat them
Morocco,
all.
Pelo. It's Morocco, Pelusi.
Oh, but it's good to be shy. It's good to
Not
be
to be
shy.
shy, but yeah, no, now it's and
Yeah,
I'm with
thank
you on
you.
that
It's
one.
good to be
This
shy. So
one,
don't come
Yeah,
here.
but you're Pelo in the same group, so you're not going to be in the same group with them at
yeah.
AFCON.
I'm on
So,
Sakashabo Kelana,
kulababanye.
Sway.
Oh, sha 19-0 Cape Verde, baba, home and away. Leyo shela ukuthi
No.
shower yiyo baba. Yazi
AFCON
Bafana Bafana Equatorial Guinea
AFCON.
ne-Guinea Bissau. Yazi Bafana Bafana ne-Equatorial Guinea ne-Guinea Bissau. Ha baba. Sesishilo ukuthi sele Equatorial Guinea Bissau. Abantu bona sebakhipha ama-calculator baba. 3 games in, once abakhipha ama-calculator
Right.
ba-calculator ukuthi ubani
She's
kumele
my
adle
on that point.
bani.
I would choose on that point because teams we meant to beat, you and our team
Yeah,
Akashaya.
yeah.
9 times out of 10, we struggle against teams we meant to beat. Like Lesotho, I fear Lesotho though, more than I fear Ivory Coast. Yeah, well. Or Algeria, yeah, where Algeria singazibambela. But as soon as ufaka abo Burkina Faso,
Yeah, Burkina
abo Zambia,
Faso.
phela Zambia
Zakal.
beat Ivory Coast mfethu ubonile 3-0 mfethu.
Yeah.
Paxton Taka
Yeah.
tangabe kafikile.
Yebo. Woza wena Bafana Bafana.
Where is he
Uzibonisa
going?
kale sizoconsider center.
Where's Utaka going now? Is he going championship with the Leicester?
Most probably is gonna stay in championship though.
Yeah, he can't though. He doesn't have a big wage.
Oh, it does. If it does, then
Pelangis was bought in for big money. Oh, Betsentak.
oh,
He was
from
supposed
which
to
team?
give Vardy a replacement. Where did they buy him from?
Was it a team in Europe?
Was it a team in Europe? I think it was.
I don't even remember.
I
was hoping he'd be more effective and get goals because we could do with some African stars there.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. But in England, people want to hold on to players because of their legacy and whatnot. Uvadi should not have been playing that many games ahead of your natural attacker.
Exactly. Now, I fully agree. Jeez, hey, that's why they're in a shithole right now.
Yeah, and I mean, Chelsea is the same thing as well. Last season, Wapi's back at last pretty quiet. Even they bought 3 right backs. So Makes no sense.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. But like, just to answer Osway, I mean, he was asking which teams we can beat lah. But I think we're capable of beating all these teams on our day. But if we play the way we played against the
Morocco.
Yeah. Provided that the goalkeeper fumbles the ball again, because the first goal, was it.
Man, and then
Did you see that miss?
Nimpatalela umuntu began aloy Bafana Bafana because of you using the name of his shop. So nampatala.
As cheese.
Which is an enemy of progress. Which is a
No, I mean, even Mapatalile abantu laba, then maybe ke izinto zingalunga, but I ngampatali then that's my problem.
Buzudeni ukuthi uyibhatalile invoice.
Yeah.
I
know.
Danny.
We never know.
Uze increase as 15 million.
Hey.
Into 500,000.
But but yeah, man, of course, this is Sway's other common Hugo strategy. At least 6 Sundowns players.
No, that one it's a numbers game, gents. If Sundowns always gets the best of the best in the land. And if the best of the best in the land are in one team, that team has got a very good chance of winning the league 3 months before the league ends. And they just walk in. Yeah.
It's very green. These guys are playing in Africa and competing year in, year out in Africa. Those players are playing at the highest level. I'm telling my player cheese. My player cheese are serious for Makufe. Then you want to see those guys in the national team. So me pay my face to see them. Some player right to swim to least even if it was me, I mean Shaize Pasa 2010 Barcelona yonke. Ngihlome lapha bahambe bayodlala. Masidliwe sidliwe. That's our best guys. Yibo balo lapha. Sasisina ngoba beka bushalulile na one band. Sesopesha ngale nkomo lezi zinye ezikhona. But
the boy I'm interested to see is that boy coached by a company, I think Burnley. He's South African, that striker. Yeah, I'm excited to see him.
At least he has quality for now. At least he has it. I'm play quality good. I won't get that. I won't get that.
See late man. England is late.
I'll say go here. Book body striker say Pirates since a while. Now we are
Pirate.
Yes. Yeah, we just
and Upesita might be going, or not might be. There's talks of Fuguti because the company had actually coached him. If it goes. If he goes, as long as he gets minutes.
Dala, please. Oh, 29, 28.
Isn't he younger? Isn't he like 25?
Petty phone check and daughter.
Yeah, it's a check.
I think Pesuna about 25, 26, somewhere there.
I'm 26. Mina bengizajalate 27. Mara 26 nda. Bese ngitanga take umdisi. Ngisaqala ukufika kuphela.
E94 cheese.
Yo.
Yeah, it's 29.
Yebo.
He's in his prime, man. He's in his prime.
Cabanga prime yakho is Egypt.
At least
they pay the bills there.
Yes.
Prime yakho nama pyramid nama mami like ngabulela umuntu
Yo, cheese is so unpatriotic, fella. Like his energy levels have gone down. Look at
and as ex, I blame you for switching to international football because he's been complaining for the past 14 minutes because he started this 40th minute. He's been complaining.
Ngiyalazi ngizojabula nibe happy Bafana Bafana hey senza inini Then nabuya futhi nina la futhi October senisitefela futhi nikhala.
ukuthi Bafana
athi ngifake le date on my calendar, Monday 19 June. Ngizonitshela ukuthi nibuyela back to the show.
But at
Only
least,
thing I'm
come
gonna
on.
say.
Jeez, I mean, look at your club.
I mean, it's no, Kaku's 100% right, bro. I mean, I do not have any emotional attachment to Bafana Bafana.
Cheese, honestly, be patriotic. Hambobu Shaka Lembe.
Kwashaka Ilembe ngibukeli mina Shaka Ilembe. Uhlulekile wathengisa i-country yethu ngesipili. Wathi bamnikeza isipili i-country yethu wathengisa. Tell ngabantu glorified. Isidomu lo muntu lona. Sikafundanga sikele. Hambile wayoshaba ngeinsimbi wakapa abantu ngezinto la then thina kumele simcelebrate ngazo ngitshela bamnikeza isipili wathi mi isipili watatazela ngazo ngitshela ngaboshaka Ilembe.
That's the history wrong like.
Then next ngizofuna ukutshela ngama Proteas ama Proteas ngizomela umdisa ngeke ngikhulume naye
asenze kanje cheese. Watch yabona the new one, the episode 1. Buka just 15 minutes of it and then come back to us. Usitshela ukuthi
izolokubukela ushaka Ilembe la. Guess what I was watching? The obvious Canadian Grand Prix.
Yeah. I ended up watching.
That's obvious. Ngibuleka. Ngeke ngizobukelana nalezo zinto. Manje ngabukela isizokuthola. Rather than productive. Abantu abenza into serious for i-country yethu.
Cheese, just take my word for it. It's productive, right? Watch it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's totally productive.
No.
It's totally. X. Layout and the funny thing, I'm gonna show we come on X. Come on, like an X. Now they have X people. Come on, X. What is the X? Man, that's part of the card.
My man. X, support me on this. With the cheese. Buga 15 minutes of Ishara Ilembe uzoba right. And then come back to us and tell us you don't want to be patriotic.
I just told you the reason why you're patriotic.
It's productive. Just watch 15 minutes of it.
I gave you a clear reason, Don. I will not be sold lies at the beginning. Whereas the important part never makes it to history. Lenjale, yatata is country yethu. Yakane country yethu for repeal. Nama cricket, nama cricket.
Asicime manje but wena. X weekly episode yakhona.
No. I still need to watch more of it. Maybe you will after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so far?
Yeah, man.
It's productive, ne? Okay. Yeah. It's keeping you abreast of everything that's going on. Yeah, productive.
In what?
Oh yeah.
In what?
Nobody's talking about that. Oh, okay.
That's funny thing. That was the first thing my dad told me about, and then I knew what the show I need bugelela into is right.
Yes.
And then the question of course I could umuntu lo waphisa country yethu ngespeed. Ngoba nibheke izinto ezi wrong. I yazini.
Shit. Hey guys, let's call it, my bitch. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.